Think Iron Man 3 meets the Winter Soldier with just enough levity to keep it from being a total emotional gut punch. So, Marvel just dropped Thunderbolts, and man, I did not expect to walk out of the theater the way I did, grinning like an idiot. Honestly, just grinning like an idiot from ear to ear. I laughed, I gasped, I might have teared up a little as well in a couple of scenes. So, here are 5 things that I absolutely loved about Thunderbolts. So, let's go. The first thing I loved, it was the character interactions. Dysfunctional team vibes, 10 out of 10. If Guardians of the Galaxy had a baby with the Suicide Squad, and I'm talking David Ayer's Suicide Squad, this would probably be it. And it also had a lot of traits from love the team dynamics as a whole. I mean, they're dysfunctional, but they've got heart and they really just get along. Not so well, but get along well for the audience. David Harbour with his comic timing is just impeccable.
Who is this old Santa?
The Red Guardian.
What?
Milena? Helena!
Hi, Dad.
This guy, even when he's talking about something serious, he's just downright funny. And I think it really comes down to just his delivery with the dialogues. I think he absolutely stole the show. His comic timing is so good. He made serious moments hilarious as well. I mean, he really was the comic relief in this movie.
What kind of super serum did you get?
I don't know, regular. Hydra.
Hydra? Oh, fancy. Mine was Soviet recreation, but it's still good, you know. We are same, you and me.
Well,
I mean, we are different, but we are same.
Florence Pugh as Yelena just felt like the center of this movie, like the protagonist, the leader of the team, the unofficial leader. It stands to reason that the name of the group was inspired by her little league team. And John Walker, man. I mean, John Walker is still an A-grade. But compared to Falcon and the Winter Soldier, where many like me actually ended up hating him, this was a movie where I did not really hate him. Like, he was a total douchebag, but still lovable, adorable, and I was silently rooting for this guy throughout this movie.
Oh, what about your hat?
The hat. The helmet.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it.
It's like cool, right? You like it?
Do you like the hat?
Yeah, I think the hat's pretty sweet.
Then
Number 2, it went dark. I mean, I'm seriously wondering if a parent had to take his kid for this movie, how would they explain a lot of the stuff that was happening in the movie and a lot of the concepts that really popped up? This movie is loaded. It gets heavy. You've got alcoholism, you've got anxiety, you've got PTSD, you've got depression, you've almost got something which felt like bipolar disorder. And man, I mean, there were moments where I really had goosebumps and I was like, wait a minute, is this really a Disney film? Because this was not kid friendly. So with concepts like child trafficking, alcoholism, depression, anxiety, PTSD, this is a very dark space that I did not expect Marvel to go back into. We did see this topic really up and close in Iron Man 2 and 3 and the Winter Soldier. Can't forget the Winter Soldier. Again, thanks to David Harbour, the entire cast, the writing was so good. I mean, the jokes were actually landing. The jokes were landing well. None of the jokes really felt forced. Although with the main villain of this movie, I did feel like she was a little out of sync with the rest of the cast. Props to Marvel for actually letting their creatives go to this dark space and just letting them do their own thing and bringing these characters face to face with their demons. Number 3 is Bob Reynolds, the freaking Sentry. I think Marvel has just given us the most overpowered superhero slash villain till date. I looked at this guy when, he comes in his suit with his whole power suite. And I was thinking, this is a guy that could really take down Superman within 5 minutes. He can match him in terms of the physical strength. With his other power set, I think he can really get into Clark's head and really just mess up his mind and really bring him down. Now, his non-superhero persona, Bob, is insane. Not just in the haha funny way, but in the please keep him away from sharp objects kind of a way. He's awkward, he's terrifying, he's a loose cannon basically. You don't know whenever he's on the screen that what's gonna happen next. Is he gonna go all dark? Is he gonna go depressed? Is he just gonna have a memory lapse? Is he gonna just overpower everyone? Every single time that he's on the screen, you don't know what's gonna come your way. He's funny. I mean, he's awkward, he's terrifying, and weirdly wholesome. How do you even make a character like that? It's just well done, guys. Like, seriously. Another way of imagining this character, if you haven't watched the movie already, is imagine if Bucky's PTSD was dialed to the maximum with Superman level power, and then just inject him with a bit of anxiety. And this is the product that you get. This is the guy that you get. Now the third act of this movie is straight up bonkers, and that's my fourth favorite thing on the list, the final act. It is bonkers, and I mean it really in a great way. Off the rails. Just imagine it has that weirdness that we've only watched in the Doctor Strange movies, but it is kind of grounded in the Captain America world. So you've got the perfect mix of a fantastical world yet a realistic world. It just felt like one of those comics where you could imagine a Mr. Sinister or Nightmare as the main villain, and he's just getting into their head and just playing with their demons and stuff. I got horror vibes. There was a lot of darkness, like with Yelena's alcoholism and her depression and PTSD. And there's also a really weird scene where you just get to see one of the main characters from this movie in his past, totally coked up, wearing a chicken uniform with one of those rotating signboards and him just picking up a fight. It was so weird and so wacky, and yet I cracked up cackling during that scene, not laughing. Now, this is the kind of creative risk that I really want from Marvel, and I don't want them to hold back anymore. I just want them to go deeper into this kind of tonality going forward. Now, the fifth and the final thing that I loved in this movie was the ending and the post credit scene. Man, it feels like ages since Marvel really gave us something like this. For the last 2 or 3 years that I can recall, I think every single post credit scene just felt forced. It felt inorganic, it felt a little out of place, and at times it was also very difficult for someone like me to take a lot of those post credit scenes seriously. Captain America Brave New World is included in this, but over here you've basically got a big reveal at the end of the movie. Now, it's been 5 days since the movie is out. In case you haven't watched it and you want to avoid the followers, I just suggest just skip 30 seconds or something and come back to this video later. But if you have, moving away from that Thunderbolts to that new Avengers, that show of hand towards the end was just, I did not see it coming. I mean, I pride myself on being farsighted when it comes to Marvel and being able to read into most of the Easter eggs and kind of knowing what's going to come up. But over here, I was totally blindsided. So I think all in all, Marvel really just stuck that landing. And man, like it's not a blown up finale, but somehow you still walk away weirdly satisfied, and you're also walking out of the theater scratching your head. And I remember the last time I walked out of the theater after a Marvel movie like this was Infinity War, because again, in that movie, when I went in, I did not expect that the Avengers and everyone's gonna lose and half of them are just gonna die off towards the end of that movie. And just at that exact same level, I did not expect that the Thunderbolts, this team of misfits, would actually walk away becoming the Avengers and sitting in the Avengers Tower. I mean, how crazy is that? Now, another thing that they've done really well with this one is there was no unnecessary info dump. There was no kind of teasing with something that is not written in stone. The second post-credit scene was all about the Fantastic Four. And because we know that movie is actually coming out, it is really on the release date and just a couple of months away now, actually. It was a clean, satisfying ending. And to be honest, I wasn't really excited about Fantastic Four. I mean, it was not among my top five movies that I was excited for. But because of this post credit scene, it's got me thinking. And I think it's got me excited about Fantastic Four all of a sudden because I really want to see how this connects to that and what happened during those 13 months, was it, or the 16 months, the time jump that happened between the actual movie and the post credit scene, like what all happened during that. And I think it is that period when Fantastic Four first steps is actually going to take place. Thunderbolts might actually be the jolt the MCU desperately needed, pun intended, of course. I'm not saying it's perfect, but man, it was fantastic. The kind of time I had, I was expecting to go in and have a good time and, just have a good laugh at the movie. But it's managed to do so much more and it's managed to go beyond my expectations. So I think it is easily one of the best movies Marvel's churned out in the last 3 or 4 years. And again, this was weird Marvel, and I'm all up for weird Marvel. Like for me, first comes street level Marvel, second comes weird Marvel, and third comes world ending events and whatever. I think there was a point where there was so much stuff that was happening, and every event was made up to be like this world ending event. So to kind of have this kind of an event is a fresh change, and it's a fresh change of pace, especially when you've got a mega event like Doomsday and a mega event like Secret Wars coming up. Having a smaller incident in a smaller movie, I think it's a really good palate cleanser before we walk into the big leagues. Now, if you're a long time Marvel fan or just MCU curious, or as I call it, M curious, watch it on the biggest screen you can. I mean, seriously, guys, they've really tightened up the CGI on this thing. It's worth a watch on the big screen. And if possible, go and check it out in an IMAX theater. Those visuals are just insane, man. Like, you've got this fight between the Thunderbolts and the Sentry in the middle of the movie. And seriously, the CGI was, man, it was. If you love this breakdown, hit that subscribe button for more fast, funny reviews. I don't know how fast this was, but seriously, guys, I'm trying to get faster as I go along. And tell me in the comments, what did you think about Thunderbolts? Did it live up to the hype? Did you really like it? Were there points that I missed, or was there something that you did not like or you liked? And let's just start a conversation. This is the Millennial Bard signing off.